So now that I've gotten all of that preliminary information out, we are now going to do a very important reading that I'm being led by my spirit guides, my ancestors, the Most High Himself to speak about. Okay? Now, this can be referred to in many different religious texts, I'm sure, but because I am very knowledgeable of the Christian religion, I will be using this as an example. All right? The Ascended Master, Yeshua, when he was coming into his own activation, okay, within Christ consciousness now, okay, because I am explaining this from a metaphysical point. Jesus didn't want us to worship him. It was the spirit being inside of the physical body and physical embodiment of said Jesus, which is why they say you put God's love in a bottle and that's Jesus. Same thing for us, okay? Christ consciousness. You put God's love inside of your third eye, which is the seat of God. Therefore, you are able to do just as many miraculous things as all of the ascended masters. This is knowledge. It's free knowledge. I encourage all of you to do some research. Don't just go off of my word. Fact check it, because there's plenty of videos and texts by both religious beings and scholars who have PhDs in this, okay? Don't just go off of YouTube readers. I need you guys to really take the time to do the research so you can fully understand and be more equipped with the knowledge to assist your individual patrons or customers, okay? Because as a collective, we are supposed to sharpen each other like iron. Iron sharpens iron. With that being said, when and this is also alluding to the story of Moses as well in regards to letting his people go. The Pharisees tested them and said, okay, well, if you're this and you're that and all of this, then perform this and that, right? Okay, I'm not going verbatim, okay? I'm not trying to make this a Bible study. But I want people to understand that the enemy will come as a sheep. They will come as your co-collectives. They will come as patrons. They will come in many different forms to test you, okay? And because they will come in many different forms to test you, it's very important for you to know and decipher what energy is from the Most High and what energy is coming as a thief in the night, okay? The worker of iniquity. Okay? A new opportunity to learn and elevate is the mission here. So, Yeshua, Ascended Master, he says in the New Testament that he didn't come to abolish the law, but he came to fulfill it. Why? Because the law is perfect. All right? If it derives from the throne room of God himself, why would anyone test anything different? In the last days, the gift shall be poured upon Jew and Gentile alike. Many spiritual gifts are going to be given to multitudes of people, okay? The four angels hold the four corners of the earth, and they were told to hold these four corners until every one of the chosen have the seal of God on their foreheads, okay? Now, if you aren't familiar with said seal, I encourage you to do your research. How do you determine this? By evidence, not hearsay. Okay? By evidence. There's going to be many people that claim that they know the truth, but the ultimate matter is there are many forms of said truth, number one. And number two, God will use anyone he sees fit. No other person can judge another based on God's calling over their life, okay? Now, personally, the Most High has appointed many, in my opinion, as I have observed my peers. Some people may think that I'm spoiled. Some people may think that I'm a heretic, okay? Some people may think that I may even be downright controlling. But the reality of the situation is, I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. What reason would I have to lie about anything? The people that have lied, that have manipulated things to try to deter people away from you, for whatever reason, clout, views, whatever, okay? They're experiencing a huge regret in their actions, to say the least, okay? You don't speak death over anyone's life, okay? The Most High is the only one allowed to do so, okay? Number one. They may have also be experiencing night terrors because of this. You need to be very careful what you say, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. This is why when it comes to my enemies, I wish them well. I've had many people who claim to be sheep try to hit my door spiritually. Hungry like the wolf is what I'm hearing. But I want to make it apparent that as a divine feminine, as a chosen one, okay? I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, okay? I have been well aware of my calling for the many lifetimes that I've come here, and I am totally determined to break generational curses this lifetime. Not my children, not any children after them, and so on and so forth, and any bloodline tied to me. God has willed this in my life in many different ways. He has shown me this, and I don't care what your cards say, okay? The only being that can speak over my life is the Most High. Point blank, period. Okay, I'm unbothered. Why am I feeling that this is important to say? Because people are spreading false reports about me, about the collective, about many different people that have a calling over their life, okay? These people may not have realized that they are dealing with an earth angel, okay? Some were fallen. Some were sent, okay? Now, I'm well aware that people will try to test you, to trick you into exalting yourself. But I'm telling you right now, in true testimony, they will fail. Okay? Because you know what you're investing in. And that is the future, not only of yourself, your family, if you have one, but the future of what you've been called to do. Everybody has a position. If you are chosen, it is not meant for you to live under a rock, okay? I don't care what anybody says. That's their belief, okay? That's their belief for their life. But as for me and my relationship with the Most High has shown me in many different instances, daily, every day, that I was meant to do something great. And as He wills it, so it will be over this life and every other life that I've lived on this planet. After everything that I have accomplished in this lifetime, I am well aware that I was meant to stand out, not fit in. Why? It doesn't get any clearer than this, people. Now, as far as these other people wanting to spread lies and confusion, they don't realize it's not these people. I want to also make it clear, I don't have any negative intent towards anyone. Okay? Everything is open to interpretation. We're all free to believe what we want to believe. But I want you to be careful what you speak about what God is going to do and not do. Because God is omnipotent and mysterious. Okay? And so is the adversary energy, whom God also created. Okay? And anyone's energy could be manipulated to exalt themselves. This person or people or group are eventually going to find out very quickly. And I pray that they repent. because they don't realize the very dangerous game that they are playing into. All right? As far as my twin flame journey is concerned, I'm going to address this once and that's it. When I come into union with my counterpart, the times that I have, it is none of anyone's business. I don't post about it. I don't talk about it. Why? Because it endangers the risk of being compromised, poisoned, or harmed in some kind of way. I protect it. Because just like God anointed me and appointed me to this being, to this journey, I don't take what God calls over my life frivolously. I take very good care of it and I nurture it as if I gave birth to it myself. Okay? I want that to be known. Now we've gotten that out of the way. I want to speak quickly about the developments as they come in. Now, usually I plan ahead for certain readings, but I've been kind of freestyling today as the flow of energy continues and development continues as I decipher what this all means, okay? I would like to think in the analogy that I have posted prior to this video, that in that allegory, Charlie, in this instance, was an Aries. All right? Now, I don't know if the character physically was an Aries or not. I didn't look that deep into it. But today I know that I have the power and wisdom to accomplish everything I choose to be. All right? You are the wielder and co-creator with the Most High of your said reality, okay? This isn't coming from a super spaced out, like crazy, I'm of right and sound mind. There is nothing mentally wrong with me, okay? This is scientifically proven. There are many different books about it in the library and online. Please take the time to research it, okay? How do you think metaphysics came about? There are PhDs in this. This same knowledge has been used to chart the sky for aeons, okay? This is all knowledge derived from the heavenly realms. When God casted down a third of the angels onto earth, they taught our ancestors this knowledge. So it's still coming from God, okay? Now, whether they were allowed to do that or not is a totally different argument, okay? Because there was a lot of books, 70 to be exact, left out of the common Bible that we use today, which is why this further pushed me into researching even older dialects and texts, okay? And this is why this is all coming full circle now into what I'm developing, all right, to share with everyone. Now, you can choose to believe it or not. It doesn't hurt my feelings any. I'm just sharing what I have researched, okay? I'm a very avid researcher. And despite what anyone wants to say, post, threaten, I want you to know that regardless of whatever you attempt to do, I am always going to be at peace because the Most High dwells within me. I am embodying the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, my guides, my guardian angels, and my ancestors, whom are ascended masters of light and dark, okay? I just chose this lifetime to stay in the light. And that could be a decision anyone can make. If they choose to do and change today, they will persevere. Nothing will worry me. All my problems will pass in time. Don't think because you are getting attacked that that is prompting you to change or do something different or denounce what you believe. When you have faith and believe in what merely is a mustard seed, okay, you will be able to do miraculous things. I can't count on my 10 fingers how many times people have accused me of doing magic on them or whatever. Okay, if prayer is magic, because I most certainly pray over everything that God allows me to touch, and anything anointed by the Most High has brought me nothing but abundance, love, and luck. I've had a very lucky day this week, actually, despite many, many readings of negativity and loss and people trying to claim they know who's divine, they know who's karmic. Okay, just like some people said, they could be reading their own energy, right? You need to be very careful. This is what drew me into getting into divination on my own, because I began buying decks and pulling while I'm getting personal readings and realizing they're not reading my energy, they're reading their own. Okay, sometimes even their energy towards me, not the truth. Someone who is really doing this to help people are going to get real answers. There's a lot of people, unfortunately, that are calling themselves divine, but are really karmics. Okay? Karmic. If you're in this for a pissing contest, I'm sorry, but you're going to be experiencing a whole lot of these. True divine people aren't jealous of others. We don't tear people down. We show love and light to everyone, even the people that don't believe what we believe. Why? Because this is how many wars have been won. Not just in biblical times, but many, many centuries before Yeshua walked this planet. In the Vedas, this is also carried out. In Greek mythology, this is also carried out. In Egyptian theology, this is also carried out. Why? Because nothing is new under the sun. New Eden is already among us. It's whether you choose to live out your everyday life in the ascended dimension or stay a prisoner of the 3D. Okay? Choose this day. Which one will you be servitude to? Because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people that because they don't take the time to do their own spiritual journey, that are going to be left behind. And we live among all these same people. All right? But if you choose to take that walk, you will be illuminated, okay? And there'll be many, many, many positions for said illumination. It all depends on whether you want to wield the key, okay? Very, very significant here. But people are lazy. They don't research. People are unloyal. And people jump ship when something more appealing comes along. All right? They don't realize that sometimes what's more appealing could result in death. In very peculiar activity. Hashtag Slytherin. Which I know everybody has a position to play. In regards to the prophecy, there will be many anointed ones exalted, okay, by the Most High. And this is going to change some things, all right? Change some things. For example, the Battle of Jericho. They pleaded with God because they were questioning, they were scratching their heads like, how are we going to take down this city, these walls, with just walking around the building and blowing trumpets? the Most High says, do you trust me? Then heed my commands. They went around that building. They played those horns. And them walls came crumbling down. Trust your calling. Okay? Trust your calling. You're going to get confirmation in 3's in regards to this said calling. And I don't know about you, but in the days that we're living in, the only one I could trust is the Most High. And those who carry his seal. Period.